Inside a nuclear reactor, your exposure is measured in minutes, not because of difficulty, because of radiation. Every nuclear reactor shutdown begins with a clock, one that governs who can enter, when, and for how long. The calendar isn't set by convenience, but by physics. As soon as the control rods halt the chain reaction, the fuel inside the core keeps emitting decay, heat, and radiation. In the first hour, dose rates near the vessel fall from levels that would be instantly fatal, but they still remain far above what humans can safely endure. Only after hours of cooling does the field decay enough to allow entry, and even then, the window is narrow. The first phase is the cool down. For a typical pressurized water reactor, this means waiting until the temperature falls below 100 degrees Celsius, sometimes from 24 to 48 hours, before containment doors are unlocked for anything but remote or robotic work. During this time, the core's decay heat falls from around 7% of full power to less than 1%, and dose rates near the vessel drop by a factor of 10. But the air inside containment is still thick with gamma rays, and the clock is running. Once the radiation fields reach a threshold set by plant safety procedures, the reactor protection supervisor authorizes the handover of containment keys. This is the formal start of human access. Every minute inside counts against a strict exposure budget. The outage calendar is built around these windows, fuel transfer blocks, inspection periods, and maintenance slots, each scheduled to take advantage of the steepest parts of the radiation decay curve. In the first days, only essential work is allowed, often in shifts of 30 minutes or less. As the days pass, the dose rates fall further, and the work windows widen, but never for long. Every task, from vessel inspection to valve replacement, is slotted into these fleeting periods when the invisible hazard is just barely tolerable. The entire outage is a negotiation with time, radiation, and the engineered limits of the system. A maintenance planner stands over a spreadsheet, ready to turn a meter, reading into a hard limit. The process begins with a personal dose cap, for example 5 millisieverts for a given worker, set below the Nuclear Regulatory Commission's quarterly threshold. The area's radiation field is measured at 5 millisieverts per hour. The calculation is immediate. Allowed minutes equal the dose cap divided by the dose rate, multiplied by 60. 5 divided by 5 times 60. That is 60 minutes, 1 hour inside before the exposure budget is spent. Every task, every worker, is assigned a number like this. The outage dose planner logs it. No one enters containment without a slot on the spreadsheet, but the system is not static. Shielding can change the math. If temporary lead blankets are installed, the dose rate drops, perhaps from 5 down to 2 millisieverts per hour. The formula runs again, 5 divided by 2 times 60. Now the window stretches to 150 minutes. The gain is real, but it is measured in minutes, not freedom. Shielding is heavy and costly, and it must be justified by the reduction it delivers. Each gain is logged, reviewed, and signed off before anyone steps through the hatch. The radiation protection supervisor checks the numbers, confirms the alarms are set, and watches as the spreadsheet updates in real time. If the field rises unexpectedly or a task runs long, the allowance shrinks. The system responds instantly with alarms, automatic lockouts, and a halt to all work if any budget is exceeded. Here, time is not just money. It is measured risk, counted out minute by minute, visible only on a screen and in the data that governs every move inside the reactor. A technician crouches at the containment hatch, measuring the toolkit against the narrow opening, just over 30 inches wide. Every item is essential, nothing extra, because each tool swap inside costs time and increases exposure. The badge reader starts the clock the moment entry begins. For inspection, the technician squeezes through, flashlight and borescope ready, careful not to snag the suit. Thick gloves slow every movement. The visor fogs, and the air is heavy. Each weld and flange is checked off a list. the only sounds the hiss of ventilation and the ticking dosimeter. Next comes the valve swap. The old valve is unbolted, lifted with a chain hoist, and replaced in a race against rising dose rates. Hoists and wrenches are passed through the hatch one by one. A dropped tool means a hard choice: push on or exit and reset, burning minutes. For fuel handling, the technician works with a crane operator, guiding bundles under 20 feet of water. Each move is rehearsed, every signal precise. One missed cue, one extra crane rotation, and the exposure budget shrinks. Before a single worker steps through the containment hatch, the operation is already scripted down to the minute. The radiation work permit, a multi-page document stamped with job numbers and exposure budgets, acts as both gatekeeper and clock. Every task, whether inspection, valve swap, or fuel handling, gets broken into checklist steps, each with a projected duration and a dose estimate. The procedure begins outside, in a training bay that mirrors the real vessel. Crews run through mock entries with stopwatches, simulating every movement, crawling through a 30-inch hatch, unbolting flanges, rehearsing tool handoffs. Each second is logged, every hesitation flagged for review. The goal is to convert uncertainty into predictable numbers. How long to torque a bolt, how many minutes to guide a crane, how much dose to expect for each step. On the day of entry, the radiation protection supervisor stands by the logbook. Badge readers record the exact minute each worker crosses the threshold. The live clock begins. All actions are tracked against the pre-approved script. If a task runs over, alarms trigger, and the system can force removal. No exceptions. The margin for improvisation is 0. Every entry and exit is annotated with timestamps down to the minute. If cumulative exposure nears the set threshold, the supervisor pulls the team, even if the job is unfinished. The entire process is designed to turn human effort into a controlled variable, measured and allocated, just like any other resource inside the reactor. Inside containment, the boundary between man and machine is sharply defined by the limits of each. Remote manipulators and robotic crawlers are the first line of entry, sent in while radiation fields are too high for human presence. These tools excel at routine surveys, mapping dose rates and capturing video, but their reach ends where the unpredictable begins. A robotic arm, controlled from a shielded room, can tighten a bolt or turn a valve so long as nothing jams. The angle is perfect, and the task matches a programmed sequence. But when a fitting is seized by corrosion, or a bolt head is stripped by years of heat and pressure, the robot's delay multiplies. Every tool change requires a reset. Custom attachments, if needed, can take days to fabricate. Response lag, measured in fractions of a second, compounds with every unexpected obstacle. In these moments, the system turns to the technician. Human hands, even inside 2 layers of gloves, can improvise. A technician can feel resistance, adjust grip, and shift position in tight quarters where a manipulator would need hours to reposition. The analogy is often made to saturation diving. Robots go first, but a person is called when the unexpected happens. In the reactor, adaptability is the last irreducible advantage. The system is designed for control, not autonomy. Human entry is a calculated risk, justified only when the cost of delay outweighs the certainty of exposure. Time, dexterity, and judgment become as measurable as radiation itself. A single overrun on the exposure clock triggers a cascade of actions. If a worker's dosimeter crosses the 32 millisievert mark, well above the planned budget, the radiation protection supervisor initiates immediate removal, logs the breach, and halts all ongoing work in the affected zone. Every person inside containment must undergo decontamination, with suits and tools quarantined for analysis. The regulatory threshold demands a full incident review, and the plant's outage schedule is thrown off by hours or even days. Each lost day comes with a measurable price. replacement power, and extended payroll can add $1 to $2 million to the outage bill every 24 hours. The spreadsheet that once tracked minutes now tallies costs. A single breach doesn't just risk health, it ripples through the plant's economics, forcing a recalibration of exposure budgets and a reallocation of work. The system absorbs the shock, but the margin for error shrinks, and the countdown resumes with even less room to maneuver. Inside containment, the environment itself becomes a stress test for both body and system. Anti-contamination suits weigh up to 40 pounds, turning basic movements into effort and accelerating fatigue. Illumination often falls below 100 lux, dimmer than a cloudy street at night, while noise from ventilation and tools can reach 100 decibels, enough to force shouted instructions and strain concentration. To manage these invisible burdens, entry times are capped. 30-minute rotations occur in high-dose zones, and badge alarms are set to trigger at 80% of a worker's quarterly limit. Area monitors stream radiation readings to the control room in real time. Redundancy is built into every layer. If dose rates spike or a worker nears their threshold, automatic interlocks can lock down access or sound evacuation alarms. Supervisors track live telemetry and video feeds, ready to pull a team at the first sign of trouble. Every safeguard is designed to catch what human senses might miss: fatigue, rising exposure, or the slow drift of focus under pressure, ensuring that no one stays inside a moment longer than the system allows. Right now, every reactor outage is a negotiation between production needs, regulatory limits, and the biological cost to workers. Human entry remains indispensable because no system matches our precision, only our vulnerability. As nuclear infrastructure ages, the margin for error narrows further. In this domain, risk is managed, never eliminated.